Ever wish you had a personal crypto Jarvis butler that could trade while you're busy doing good old dad stuff?
You mean like a robot babysitter for your Bitcoin?
Exactly.
Well, AI trading bots might be the next best thing, minus the bow tie, of course. they're making automated trading as easy as setting up a coffee maker timer. Although mine, for some reason, always messes up. So who knows?
Well, stick around because today we're exploring if these bots can really boost your portfolio on autopilot, or is it just hype? Will machine learning really make better trading decisions than you, or crash and burn, your hard-earned cash? Well, let's find out. All right, guys, and welcome to DadsGoneCrypto, the show where we balance blockchain and crypto bedtime stories. Hi, I'm Sean.
And I'm Ryan. Today we're diving into something that's part science fiction, part reality. AI trading bots, the latest buzz in automated trading. This is going to be a continuation of our last episode of how Supra is going to make all this possible with their AutoFi feature with zero lag. So check out that episode in the link below if you didn't watch it last week.
That's right, Ryan. We're talking about power of automation in trading strategies. You've probably seen the headlines and the ads claiming AI bots, can turn your pocket into a Lambo. Well, that's the real hype. One survey found that 1 in 3 investors would happily let their trading bots make all their investing decisions, but I'm not too sure if I would. So, yeah, would you allow your robots to control your fortune?
Well, I'm not 100% sure about that, but you never know. In this episode, we'll break it all down, though. We'll cover what AI trading bots are, how they work behind the scenes, and why these machine learning tools are trending, and the big crypto bot risks you should watch out for.
And of course, we gaze into that crystal ball about the future of AI in trading, how humans and AI robot friends might work together in the markets. All of that packed into one episode, served with our usual friendly banter or a dad joke or two. Sounds good?
Awesome. Let's jump right in. So, first things first, what exactly is an AI trading bot? Are we talking about R2D2 trading Bitcoin for us? Why don't you give us some basics there, Sean?
All right, so in a way, yeah. Well, think about AI trading bots as an autopilot for for your crypto portfolio. It's software that automates trading decisions and makes them for you. Essentially, the bot analyzes market data, executes trades based on predefined rules or AI algorithms. So no human hand holding required. It's like having a tireless assistant who never sleeps, never gets emotional, and never needs a coffee break.
Right. These bots can scan prices, trends, and even the news 24/7. They can buy or sell according to the strategy you set. Some are pretty simple. For example, a bot that automatically buys Bitcoin if the price drops 5% and sells it if it goes back up another 5%. Others are more sophisticated, using machine learning to recognize complex patterns and adjust on the fly.
The key idea is automation. AI trading bots remove a lot of the grunt work and the guesswork from trading. While you're at work or playing with your kids, a bot could be monitoring the markets and executing your plan in the background. It's automated trading powered by algorithms, sometimes very advanced ones.
And AI makes it sound super smart, right? But let's clarify. Not every trading bot is truly artificially intelligent. Many are just following rules a human programmed. The newer ones incorporate machine learning, the AI part, right? So that means that they can adjust their strategy based on historical data or even learn from new data. For instance, you could have a bot that's trained to spot patterns in crypto prices and adapt its strategy as those patterns change over time.
Exactly, Ryan. And AI or not, all trading bots connect to an exchange account through API keys. Basically, a secure link that lets bots trade on your behalf. You give the bot permission. That can allow it to execute trades for you on specific exchanges like Coinbase, Bybit, Binance, etc. If X condition is met, bots trade Y asset for you exactly as you instructed it to.
So, to put it simply, an AI trading bot is like a self driving car, but for your crypto. You set the destination, your trading strategy, and the bot drives the route, making split second decisions along the way. Sounds great, right? But how do these things actually pull it off? Let's pop the hood and check out the tech behind the hype.
All right, Ryan. So let's figure out what is that magic power that helps in the decision making for this AI bot.
Yeah, absolutely. So, underneath all the buzzwords, it comes down to algorithms and data. Many AI trading bots use sophisticated models, sometimes even neural networks or other machine learning techniques, trained on mountains and mountains of historical market data. They crunch past price movements, technical indicators, maybe even social media sentiment to find patterns that might predict future moves in price.
When you deploy a bot, you usually connect to the trading account via API. This gives the bot limited access, typically to execute your trades, not withdrawing your funds unless you set it up wrong. The bot continuously monitors the market prices and indicators, and the moment that condition is met, it's programmed, or the strategy, all right, to predict a certain pattern, and bam, it buys and sells according to your strategy instantly and unemotionally.
Here's an example. Say you configure a bot to buy one Ethereum if the price dips by 3% within an hour and sell when it rises back 5%. The bot will watch Ethereum's price 24/7. If it sees a 3% drop in an hour, it executes the buy. If later it sees a 5% rise from that low, it sells, all according to your rules. Now, if it's an AI driven bot, it might do more than follow static rules. It could, for instance, adjust those percentages over time if it learns that a 2.5% dip followed by a 4% rise is a more profitable pattern lately.
The AI part means that the bot can adapt or optimize. They might perform thousands of back tests, basically practice runs on historical data to tweak their strategy. They might even use predictive analytics like forecasting where the price should go next based on pattern recognition. This can get pretty advanced. Imagine an AI that notices subtle signals before the crypto rallies and positions your portfolio ahead of time.
But we should say this: not all that glitters is gold, and not all that's called AI is truly intelligent. There's a
Yeah.
lot of marketing hype out there. Some so called AI bots are really just a bunch of if then rules wearing an AI costume. And even the smart ones aren't infallible. They operate on probabilities and historical patterns, which means they can be totally thrown off by something new. They can't truly see the future any better than you or I.
Exactly. No crystal ball here. But in fact, the best AI can get blindsided by unforeseen events, sudden exchange hacks, a government regulation announcement, Elon Musk tweeting at 3 a.m. in the morning, you name it. These bots are only good as their code and the data that has been trained on. As one expert put it, AI isn't magic. It can't predict unprecedented events any more than a human can.
Right. But what they do have is speed and discipline. An AI bot can react in milliseconds to market changes. It never gets tired, never panics or FOMOs, and sticks to the plan. That's a huge advantage in a fast moving 24/7 market like crypto. But remember, the bot's judgment is limited to its programming and training. It's great at executing a strategy without emotion, but you, or the bot's creator, still have to craft a strategy that makes sense.
The technology is impressive. Algorithms, machine learning, API linking exchanges, it's a marvel of modern finance. But it's not a quick get rich genie. It's tools. And like any tool, it has to be used wisely, which brings us to why so many people are getting into these bots now. Spoiler alert, it's not just because it's cool tech, it's because they become so much more accessible.
So, why are AI trading bots suddenly all the rage? Just a few years back, this kind of algorithmic trading was mostly the domain of Wall Street firms and crypto hedge funds. Now it feels like everyone and their uncle is either using a bot or talking about one.
One big reason, accessibility. It's so much easier now for regular folks to get into automated trading. There are platforms that let you set up a bot with a few clicks, no coding PhD or anything like that that is required. And, as the guys from Trade Ideas note, Technology is really leveling the playing field for the average noob or basically the average trader. New traders today have access to advanced tools that analyze data and automate decisions, helping to avoid common emotional mistakes. In plain terms, stuff like that used to be exclusive to big institutions and now available on your smartphone.
And interest from the public is surging. The hype around AI is drawing in everyday investors. I mean, we mentioned that survey, right? Nearly 1 in 3 investors say they'd trust a bot to handle all their investments. That's huge. People are curious, or maybe hopeful, that an AI can do better than they have been doing in the markets, so demand is high.
And where there's demand, the market responds. There's now an entire ecosystem of trading bots providers with tools out there. Let's quickly unpack the top 5 AI trading bots in 2025. What can they do and why people use them? So, guys, number one, it's called a trend following bots. First up, the trend following bots. Think of it these as like surfers of trading, catching waves and riding the market trends.
Exactly. They buy when prices start climbing and sell when they start falling. Simple and effective. Great for markets that clearly trend in one direction.
Popular on platforms like Crypto Hopper or Three Commas, they're accessible even for beginners, but heads up, they struggle when the markets get choppy.
Right. Next, we've got mean reversion or grid bots. So picture setting a fishing net in the market. They repeatedly buy low and sell high within a certain range.
These bots love sideways markets where prices bounce around. They steadily scoop up small profits, perfect if you prefer the consistency over the big gambles.
Right. They're a big hit with users on Pionex and 3 commas. Just make sure prices don't break out of your chosen range or things can get messy.
All right, number three, the famous arbitrage bots, the ultimate bargain hunters, quickly exploiting price differences across exchanges.
For example, if Bitcoin's slightly cheaper on Coinbase than Binance, these bots buy low and sell high instantly. It's basically free money, but it requires fast execution and low fees.
It's used wisely by pros and platforms like BitScap. It's technically challenging, so not many people get into it, but it can be quite profitable.
Yeah, right. It usually requires quite a bit of capital too to make it run right. So I think it's a little out of a lot of people's price range, but it is very cool though. Fourth, we have the ever popular dollar cost averaging bots, the gentle giants of automated trading.
These bots invest a set amount regularly, like say $50 a week, no matter what the market is doing. It's ideal if you hate stressing about prices.
These bots are offered everywhere now. Coinbase, Binance, KuCoin, they're all there, and basically it's just a constant reoccurring buy. It's fantastic for long-term investing without emotional swings.
All right, Ryan, and the fifth one is AI powered predictive bots. So, lastly, the futuristic AI predictive bots. Basically, it's like a little robot that kind of, does the market analysis, constantly learning and improving their strategies as they go along.
Yeah, these bots crunch tons of data, from price history to tweets to predict market moves. They can adapt on the fly, unlike simpler bots.
Platforms like Crypto Hopper and Wonder Trading offer friendly versions, though sometimes it's like a black box. You're trusting AI to make the good calls.
Yeah, many of these platforms are pretty affordable too. Some have free plans or at least free trials. Others charge a monthly fee or take a small commission on profits. The point is, you don't need to be a millionaire to use what used to be cutting edge trading tech. Even a hobbyist trader can dip their toes in automated trading without breaking the bank.
Another reason why bots are on the rise, the tech is getting better. These services are learning from years of market data and user feedback. In one industry analysis, trading providers reported significant improvements in efficiency and accuracy after adding AI elements to their systems. The algorithms are smarter and more battle tested than they were a few years ago. So the results that people are getting is based on improved analytics and improved strategies, which of course attracts even more users.
And let's not forget the obvious appeal. Crypto markets trade 24/7. We as humans, especially us busy dads, simply can't watch the markets all day and all night. But a bot can. It's always on and never needs to sleep. The idea that you can be making moves in the market literally while you sleep, That's a powerful draw for a lot of people.
And there's definitely a bit of an AI gold rush right now, right? So ever since ChatGPT became a household name, everyone's wondering, what else can AI do for me? For many, the answer is, hey, maybe can I make a little bit more money trading? So there's this trendiness factor. So people don't want to feel left behind, and AI really can give that edge.
So to sum it up, accessibility, variety, better tech, nonstop markets, and plain old hype have all combined to fuel the rise of AI trading bots. It's no longer some niche, secret weapon. It's becoming a common tool that regular investors are experimenting with. But before you hand over all your trades to a robot, you need to hear about the flip side of this coin, the risks and pitfalls.
Agreed, Ryan. So here's some risks to watch out for. It's time to be obviously that responsible dad, and let's talk about the risks, because it's not all these money machines and margaritas and the AI doing all the work for you, right?
Definitely. For all the promise of AI trading bots, there are plenty of things to watch out for. So let's hit some of the big ones here. First off, be aware of the too good to be true promises. I mean, that goes for everything, right? If
Yeah.
someone claims their bot guarantees a huge profit or a 100% win rate, that is a giant red flag. Scammers are absolutely exploiting the AI buzz. In fact, the US Commodity Futures Trading Commission put out an advisory warning that fraudsters are touting AI trading algorithms with unrealistic guaranteed returns. They've seen cases where people lost tons of money, even thousands of Bitcoin in one scheme, because they trusted a magic AI bot that turned out to be a Ponzi or a complete fraud. So don't believe the hype if it smells fishy.
Secondly, even legitimate bots can go wrong. Markets can shift in ways that bots are not prepared for. Remember, an AI bot is not infallible. It can't foresee every market crash or crazy news event. In a sudden big event that just happens, let's say exchange collapses or exchange gets hacked, or coin gets banned, your bot might not know how to handle it because it's some new information that it probably not used to, right? Or it hasn't been trained on. So it might just kind of just go all spastic and not do what you want it to do. So AI, for all is smart, it's basically following patterns from the past. It's not a fortune teller that's basically you can just forget and just let it go.
Yeah, also, a bot will do exactly what it's told, which is a double edged sword. If your
Mm.
strategy is flawed or market conditions change, the bot can start churning out losses really fast. It has no off switch for maybe the strategy isn't working out today. So, for example, if you set a bot to buy a dip and the market just keeps on dipping, that bot might keep buying or end up catching a falling knife. It's like setting a power tool on autopilot. Great when it's right on track, but it'll drill holes in the wrong place mercilessly if you aimed it wrong.
Well, you just got me thinking, Ryan. Imagine if you had an anti-bot, right? So imagine all these bots that are deployed. There's a bot that scans these algorithms, right, and how they're programmed. And then now you're basically going slightly out their reach and you're making money off them. That's also possible. Don't
It's
get any
it's
ideas over there,
it's
Dad. If you do, we
probably
take
out there.
10%.
I would say there's probably quite a few anti-bots out there in the market.
uh, All right, guys. So that means set it and forget it is actually dangerous. All right. A trading bot isn't a slow cooker. You can't just leave it unattended for a week and expect a perfect meal at the end. You need to, supervise, check in regularly, tweak, all right, and keep abreast of the market. Otherwise, in case something happens, you're there to basically, pull the plug and then reset to figure out what went wrong. So in practice, the best bot users treat it rather like a partner that monitors performance and intervenes when needed.
Yeah, for sure. And another practical issue, fees and taxes.
Mm.
Bots can make a high volume of trades, and those exchange fees add up and eat into the profits really quickly. Even if each trade is very small, dozens or hundreds of trades a day can rack up tons of costs. And every single trade could be a taxable event depending on your country's laws. I've heard horror stories of people running bots and then getting a massive headache at tax time because they had thousands and thousands of transactions to report. Remember, you or your accountant, and your accountant will hate you for this, let me tell you, we'll have to sort out the gains and losses from all those trades. So using a crypto tax calculator like Coinly can be a lifesaver there. It can automatically import your bot's trades and calculate your crypto taxes for you. If you're going high frequency, you definitely want to have a plan for tracking everything. The tax man doesn't care that it was your robot assistant making those trades. You're still on the hook for the reporting.
So you can't blame Jarvis. Not my fault.
Right.
It was the robot. Good point, Ryan. And speaking of tracking, also think about the security and trust. When you use a bot, especially a cloud-based one, you often have to give it an API access to your exchange account. That typically means it can execute trades on your behalf. Now, most reputable platforms require you to disable withdrawal permissions on that API key, meaning that your bot can't withdraw that trade. Well, geez, let's hope it's not thinking or know how to. So even so, the bot provider is like, let's say it's shady or gets hacked, your account could be at risk. There has to be instances where API key is being misused. So you must choose a trustworthy platform, secure your API keys, and make sure you got your 2FA, factor authentication, IP restriction, etc. You got to make sure you're setting up your restrictions that if anything had to go wrong, there are walls that they can't get through. It's like, handing someone a set of keys to your car. You better trust them not to drive it off a cliff.
That's for sure. One more risk to mention, over-reliance. It's easy to fall into the trap of thinking the bots got you covered and you don't need to know anything. But the reality is you should at least understand the basics of your strategy your bot is using. If you don't, you might be in for a nasty surprise. For example, some arbitrage bots worked great in calm markets but got absolutely destroyed when volatility spiked. If the user understood that, they might have turned it off in time. So don't let a bot be a black box mystery. Educate yourself alongside using it.
All right, so in short, AI trading bots come with its own set of pitfalls. Scams are out there. Real bots can malfunction or misfire. You can rack up fees and tax obligations. You can never completely take your eye off the wheel. The good news is, with proper care, research, starting small, and using it as a tool to track your trades, you can mitigate a lot of these risks. The key is treating the bot as a tool, not guaranteed to make this like printing machine with lots of money, but rather like a partner in crime that you're working together for a particular goal or strategy.
So, looking ahead, what's the future of all this? Are we heading toward a world where we just kick back and let AI handle all of our investing for us?
It's a tempting idea, isn't it? Hey, bot, can you make me rich? And I'll just relax. That would be so awesome. But realistically, guys, the future I see is one of a partnership between humans and AI rather than AI completely taking over. Think of it like having a really smart co-pilot. The AI can fly the plane on autopilot for stretches, but you still need a human captain for that crucial moments and decision making.
Yeah, absolutely. The phrase I like is AI augmented investing. The AI does what it's good at, crunching massive data, executing fast trades, sticking to the rules. Meanwhile, we humans do what we're hopefully good at. Big picture thinking, creativity, oversight. I imagine in the not so distant future, many investors, not just pros, even regular folks like us, will have an AI assistant as part of their toolkit. Maybe something like a personal trading AI that knows your goals and risk tolerances. It might give you suggestions each day or automatically handle the routine stuff like rebalancing your portfolio while you make the higher level calls.
We're already seeing early signs of this. Some advanced platforms let you set high level objectives and the AI figures out a strategy. And as the tech progresses, it might become even more user friendly. Like you could literally talk to an AI trading bot. Hey, bot, allocate 10% of my portfolio to Bitcoin if it drops below 30K. And it's done. The complexity will get hidden behind simpler interfaces, which means more people can comfortably use these tools.
Importantly, the human role will evolve but remain crucial. Industry experts keep reminding us that investing is serious business and shouldn't be swayed by the latest craze without evidence. AI trading is still relatively new. As one expert from the UK's Investment Association said, we need to see AI prove itself over the long term before handing over the keys completely. So until then, human investors and professionals will still play a significant role, especially when it comes to strategy and judgment calls.
I also think the most successful traders in the future will be those who learn to work with AI. It won't be the man versus the machine. It'll be the man with the machine versus those without. It might become the standard that you manage a portfolio of algorithms. Like maybe you have one bot specializing in momentum trading, another doing arbitrage, another managing your long term hodl stash. And your job is to monitor and tweak these bots, almost like a team coach. If one bot starts underperforming, you retrain and swap it out.
Yeah, actually, that's a really cool way to think about it. You're the coach, and the AIs are your players on the field. They can play the game faster and tirelessly, but they still look to you for the game plan and to make the tough calls when something unexpected happens. And if there's a championship, or in this case, your profit on the line, it's the synergy between coach and players that wins the day.
Of course, as AI gets more advanced, who knows? Maybe from decades from now, AI will handle everything and we'll just watch. But I suspect that even then, we want that human element in the loop. Markets are ultimately about human behavior and unpredictable events. Having that human intuition and ethical judgment overseeing things is very important.
Also, we might see more regulation and standards around AI in trading. If bots become as common as smartphones in investing, there will probably be rules to ensure they're safe to use and maybe certifications to show a bot has been tested. That could actually boost trust and adoption further once people know there's some oversight on these algorithms.
All in all, the future of AI investing looks exciting. We're likely to see a lot more automation, smarter algorithms, and integration of AI into every trading platform. But rather than replacing human investors, I see it as more empowering them. We spend less time on, you know, routine tasks like staring at the charts all night, and more time on strategy and learning. And maybe we'll get to enjoy life a little bit more family time, more hobbies, while our AI assistant handles the nitty gritty under basically your guidance. That's the hope, anyway.
Yeah, absolutely. I like that vision. AI as an enabler, not a replacement. So, to any dads or moms or anyone listening out there, don't fear the robot revolution in trading. Instead, think about how you can be part of it. It might mean learning new skills, but it also could mean more freedom once you harness these tools correctly.
Well said, Ryan. I think the takeaway, the future will be humans and AI together investing in the world. And I, for one, welcome this new robot colleague, especially if they can help pay for the kids' college fund. Just kidding, mostly. Well, all right, guys, so let's wrap it up and what we've learned. Today, we've explored AI trading bots, the power of automation in crypto investing. We've covered what these bots are, how they work, why they've been exploding in popularity, the key risk of crypto bots, and how the future might see us partnering with AI rather than being replaced by it.
Yeah, the bottom line is AI trading bots are a powerful tool in the right hands. They can execute trades faster and more unemotionally than any human can, and they open new possibilities for managing your portfolio, even while you sleep. But they're not a free lunch or a guaranteed win. Like any tool, you've got to use them wisely and understand their limits.
If you're thinking of trying out an AI trading bot, our advice is start small and do your homework. Maybe experiment in a demo or paper trading mode first. Research the platform, read the reviews, see if others had success in it or horror stories. That'll be quite entertaining. Keep an eye on what the bot is doing. Don't just switch it on and disappear. And absolutely remember the basics. Diversify, manage your risk, and don't invest money you can't afford to lose, whether it's you or a bot trading it.
Yeah, absolutely. Also, keep records and use tools to help with the tracking. If your bot makes 100 trades while you're changing diapers or mowing the lawn, you're going to want those logged somewhere. Like we mentioned, a service like Coinly can sync your exchange accounts and help tally up your gains and losses for tax time. It's very handy when you have lots of bot-driven transactions flying around.
The world of crypto and AI is evolving fast. We're excited about it, but cautious too. Hopefully, this episode gave you a clear, hype free overview so you can make up your mind for yourself and about AI trading bots. Are they right for you? Maybe, maybe not, but now you know more about them.
And if nothing else, you've got some fun talking points for the next barbecue. Did you know I have a robot trader working for me? So just be ready for all the follow-up questions there, because I guarantee you're going to have them.
As long as your robot doesn't have blonde hair, blue eyes, your wife will be fine with the bot. All right, guys, before we go, here's a call to action. If you enjoyed this discussion, subscribe to DadsGoneCrypto on your favorite podcast platform and give us a rating. It really helps us reach more folks. Share this episode with a friend who's basically curious about automated trading or basically bragging about their new trading bots. It might save them a headache to hear that the risks and tips were covered.
And check out the show notes for links to the resources and platforms we mentioned. We did our research on this one, so we'll list out all those references from trade ideas and Coinly to Wonder Trading and more, so you can do some deeper digging on your own. Educating yourself is the best investment after all.
And guys, in the comments below, we'd love to hear, are you using an AI trading bot? What bot are you using? And just tell us what some of your returns are. All right, no shilling. We're not causing a massive stampede there, but we'd love to hear what you're doing so we can find out a bit more about it and share, obviously, love to our community.
Yeah, absolutely. Thanks for hanging out with us today, guys. This has been a fun one. As always, stay safe out there in the wild world of crypto.
Until next time, keep stacking those sats and building knowledge. All right, guys, take care. We'll see you guys soon.
See you guys. The material and information presented in this recording are for entertainment purposes only. Do not misconstrue what you hear as investment or trading advice. Always do your own research. The views, thoughts, and opinions expressed by the guests on this recording are their own and do not necessarily reflect those of DadsGoneCrypto or its hosts.